This reading is about getting in your feminine rage bag. Yes, your feminine rage bag. So, in alchemy, this is the process of soul ascension when we turn the lead, the negative, in our lives into gold, into positive. And we use our energetic body, our thoughts, feelings, emotions, and actions and choices to transform ourselves. Feminine rage is something that we can use as alchemical tools to transform our lives. Yeah. And in this reading, I'm going to show you how you can do it, and we're going to address a specific situation. Well, this could be a situation for some of you, all of you, take what resonates. But right now, you've been going through some serious feminine rage, feeling just powerless at the events of the world, at what is going on around you. There may be some cataclysmic events in your life over the past couple months that have occurred, and you are learning some lessons around what has occurred, but you are still left with the rage, right? And you are, the thing is in a patriarchal society like the one we live in, you're programmed to believe that the feminine rage is evil. Like it should be demonized. It is something that is not acceptable. The feminine is supposed to be meek and agreeable and submissive and nice and like, oh, you can just do whatever you want, it's fine. I'm never going to say anything. But if I do say something, then I'm the bad guy. And that's literally what you've been feeling about some of these situations. But then also, it's like you're still in that programming, that patriarchal programming, that expressing your rage and doing something about it in a healthy way. Of course, we don't want to harm other people, but honoring your rage, your sacred rage, is a powerful, powerful tool. So let's get into the cards. So the first card out of the deck is the Seven of Swords. And this guy is running away from something, but not only that, he's kind of looking behind him like, I've got all of these swords. I've got this tea. I've got the news. I got the gossip. No one sees me taking this. No one sees me doing this. So some of you may have been on the receiving end of some sort of betrayal. This is like 12th house stuff. Maybe you've got Gemini in the 12th house. You might have Cancer rising. Some of you could be Gemini, Gemini placements. Black Moon Lilith in Gemini, Jupiter in Gemini. But wherever you have Gemini in your chart, some of you may have been going through some betrayal, and like people that you thought were for you or situations you thought were for you. There was something going on in the background that you have found out about now during Mercury retrograde. And now that we're in the shadow period, that all is coming out to the surface and you feel rage around it. And this can be verbal rage where you want to just tell someone off, where you want to express yourself, but you feel like you can't. So literally allowing that energy to stay trapped in your system and continuing feeling rage is only going to eat you up. So some really powerful ways to channel this is, honestly, if you can go out to the woods, you can go out somewhere desolate, go to the beach, and if there's no one around, screw it. If there are people around, warn them. But scream. If you're right by the ocean, scream into the ocean, scream into the horizon, scream if you're in the woods or if you're outside in your yard, like wherever. Be safe. I always say that if you're doing any kind of ritual like that. But scream. Get angry. Scream into a pillow. If you have air placements, you may need to physically scream. Write a letter. Create a social media post and channel it into your creativity. Create a story. Create a short story. Like, you hear what I'm saying? Like, there are ways now that you can deal with this rage and honor the sacred rage about the situation and get it out. And we've got the Six of Swords. So you are leaving the situation. Like, you're not sticking around. And if this, for some of you, sadly, if this was a romantic situation, so I was talking about work for a bit, or like platonic connections betraying you as well. But for some of you, this could be a romantic situation where you thought a person was one way and they turned out to be completely different. So you are planning your exit strategy and getting a lot of swords. You know, we're getting a lot of swords. We got the 5 of Swords. And it's like, yeah, you feel like you're on your own. And you're going. This is the second reading now over the past month that the Death card has come out. Okay? Some of you could have found this information out on the recent Friday the 13th, this past Friday. The Death card is number 13. And some of you could be going through complete ego death right now as well. Like after finding out the information, finding out what is not for you, and having to change that situation, having to leave it, having to have a complete destruction of a reality that you have been around for a while now. Some of you could have Scorpio placements as well. So that was the Rider-Waite Tarot. I love this deck. It's a classic deck. And now I've pulled a couple cards from my Black Moon Lilith Cosmic Alchemy Oracle. LilithAstrology.com. So we've got Black Moon Lilith and Aries, lead your life. So literally, my loves, my lovelies, again, feminine rage. When we think of Aries, Aries as a zodiac sign ruled by Mars, but it's about that pure anger, that raw, visceral anger. And Black Moon Lilith and Aries may have this placement as well, but may have Aries placements too. But you feel like that natural rage is demonized in your life. And it is in our society, as I said in the beginning of the video. So you've been keeping it inside, but you also are now at the point where you're like what I was saying, like you feel alone. It's like you're feeling like you're going to have to go at it alone. And you have to step up as the leader in the situation because, I mean, it's gone. The situation's gone. So you have to step up. Emotional clearing. Yes. And I'm actually feeling like reading from my guidebook that actually comes with the deck. And it has all my interpretations for the cards, has spreads, how to use the cards, background on Lilith. Really, really cool. So this is card number 34. Dissolution. After the ego has burned to ashes, you are left with raw, real, and challenging emotions around what has occurred. Burning it down to the ground. New reality. This is like the feeling you have after your heart has been shattered into pieces by needing to say goodbye to someone who isn't healthy in your life, or the feeling of fear around money and taking care of yourself, or after you've left that cushy yet miserable job in favor of pursuing your passion. The universe is requiring you to sit with the angst and unpredictability when you pull this card in your reading. Processing, purging, and working with your emotions is extremely important during your alchemical journey. When the dissolution card shows up in an oracle reading, it's signaling a time for you to cleanse and wash away emotions that have prevented you from shining your light in the world. Your frequency and vibration, consisting of thoughts and feelings, emanates from your physical body and creates the world around you. When we release limiting emotions like fear, self-doubt, and unworthiness, our magnetism and vibratory manifestation power increases. So this isn't the entire thing. There's more, but I just wanted to read from that because, and as you see, it's verifying the previous parts of the reading where it's like, yeah, there's a betrayal, and now you have to clear and kind of wash away the ashes and the mess that was made by this change. And we've got the conjunction card. I love this card. This is beautiful. And we see there's a couple here coming together. But basically, this is a card about this is the phase of conjunction where you are becoming whole again after a complete ego death, change, and complete shift in your reality. So after now you go through this clearing process, this next year coming up, it's now a time where you are becoming whole again. So you are picking up the pieces after this complete change that you may not have seen coming. And you are becoming whole again so that you can continue to become your true self. So you're on a journey of self-discovery right now, but it's time to deal with the rage that you feel and feeling like things are not equal, just, harmonious in your life. Black Moon Lilith is in Libra right now, and you're clearing that away. Channeling it into your creativity, channeling it into philanthropy if that resonates with you, screaming into the void, like getting some physical exercise, taking a boxing class, like letting it out physically, honoring it, writing down exactly how you feel. If someone angered you, deal with those emotions and don't feel shame around feeling that way, because that is what is going to have you continue ascending higher and higher to become exactly who you were put on this earth to be. And we allow societal programming like patriarchy, we allow it to run the show in our lives. And we can take moments like this to see where, oh, I'm suppressing my rage because I was programmed to, especially as a feminine, and it's demonized. So I'm going to change that programming now and do something completely different. So now it's a time to monitor in your life. Where are you submitting to the patriarchy still in your mind? Where are you? What behaviors are you doing that are contributing to it? And that's going to be a big key to unlock the power of your emotions like rage and anger.